A building that contains many wax recreations of some of the elitist's filthiest perverts. Just like any other pub in London.
I was like, nah man, you touch me, I sue. I will sue.
Just a bunch of fish, innit? I really am a miserable bastard. I'm not sure I'm the best person to do this stuff. It's just occurred to me that if I run now, I can actually catch the Pizza Hut buffet deal. Food coma. Welcome back to day number 2 of my London trip, and today I'm going to be acting like a complete tourist. Are the tourist traps worth it? Probably not, let's be honest, but let's have a go, let's have a look. My first port of call is Maddame Tusauds, a building that contains many wax recreations of some of the elitist's filthiest perverts. Let's go check it out.
Welcome to Maddame Tusauds, London. You're about to enter our star-studded awards party. Get ready to walk the red carpet at one of the most exclusive ceremonies of the year. It's showtime!
Well, that was a bit of an anticlimax.
Anticlimactic doesn't even begin to describe how let down I felt by this first section. Wax recreations of the most vapid celebrity scum made me sick to my stomach.
I think that's supposed to be Nicole Kidman. She doesn't look like that anymore.
But perhaps I was the problem. Perhaps I should just succumb to the cult of personality and join the throng of worshippers and just have a good time. Perhaps I should forget everything that makes me me and become one of the many pod people. I was living in denial, and it was time to face the cold, stark reality of my current situation.
I gotta admit, it's pretty shit. I'm bored already, I've only been here 5 minutes, I'm just walking straight through. Couldn't care less.
And just like that, after realising that I would never give in and become one of the clones, I was greeted with the rousing sight of Churchill himself. I wouldn't need to fight them on the beaches. I had already defeated them with my mind. Now that my spirits were raised and self-doubt had been purged from my system, I felt ready to face the pop star section and was pleasantly surprised to be greeted by the union we had all been waiting for. Shakespeare and Stormzy. Finally.
Shakespeare and Stormzy? Finally.
I just said that. Next up, I found representations of the many members of the royal family, past and present, though I did notice that there was one notable omission. The dirty bastard. Next up would be some actual musical legends that I had tremendous respect for. Winehouse, Mercury, Hendrix, Bowie, John. There was also Dua Lipa.
It's amazing how nobody's bothering with Bowie or Hendrix. Everyone's seeing everyone else, but no one's bothering with this stuff. What's going on, man?
The selection of genuinely great musicians had given me hope, and I was to find that the best was still to come as I descended down into London's underground for the Chamber of Horrors, because I like horror and stuff. Like it's pretty good.
Just like any other pub in London. Every neighbourhood should have one. Is it weird that I find this much more interesting than all the crap upstairs?
May Lord have mercy on your soul.
I'll keep my word. I'll see you roots up.
I had fully expected to be bored again upon leaving the Chamber of Horrors, but I was instead greeted with a fantastic ride through the spirit of London, and I have to confess that this was actually a pretty great section of the museum.
Got a bit of a ride going on here, I wasn't expecting this. It's actually getting quite good. Hey, you don't want to see me, do you?
Welcome to the spirit of London.
Though not quite as stylish as a DeLorean, the black cab would prove a worthy substitute as I travelled through the spirit of London, where I would encounter Shakespeare, who looked as though he were about to give me some jip. I felt the chaos as the plague swept its way through the London streets. I saw a boat with some shifty-looking geezer slung over in a throne. I enjoyed an impossible moment of celebration at the top of Nelson's column before coming face to face with Her Majesty and the man himself yet again, Churchill. Next up were the dazzling lights of the swinging 60s, with Carnaby Street coming alive with music, rebellion and style. If none of you have worked it out yet, I'm pretty much just reading out the description of the ride on the Maddame Tusauds website. I don't get paid anything for these videos, so I don't see why I should put that much effort in, to be quite honest.
That was pretty cool, I gotta say, that was actually pretty fun. I enjoyed that.
Next up were sections dedicated to the Marvel movies and Star Wars, but I can't really play you much of this as George Lucas is a bit of a son of a bitch when it comes to copyright and that. I'm pretty sure he sold the rights to Star Wars, but I'm also pretty sure that whoever owns it now is also a dick when it comes to the copyright side of things. Though my time in the museum had proven to be much more enjoyable than I had first anticipated, I found myself relieved to finally see the gift shop and therefore the exit. It was time to leave, and I did so without buying a single thing as a memento. The museum would take no more money from me on this day, though perhaps it would on another day.
Okay, I gotta say, that was actually a bit... that went on. I suppose it was fairly good value for money in many ways. When it started out with all the celebs at the beginning, I wasn't interested in any of that shit. Then it got into the Star Wars stuff and all that, and I actually thought that was pretty cool. The London Dungeon, more sort of type vibe, I enjoyed that a lot. That was pretty cool. Yeah, towards the end, I just wanted to get the hell out. I suppose it's fairly good value, I suppose. I should have mentioned earlier on, actually, that I got one of the day tickets. You can get, like, multiple attractions for, well, not for the price of one, but you can get a discounted ticket. And I got 3 attractions. So I got Maddame Tusauds. We're going to the aquarium next, and I got the London Dungeon. I was going to try the London Eye and the bus thing, but it's like you just basically sat around for an hour just doing nothing. Yeah, it was all right. It was okay. I'm glad I did it. The ride was really cool. I did enjoy that, I gotta say. I'm going on now. Anyway, let's leave this. And next up, we got the London Dungeon. Words to live by.
I was told to switch my camera off immediately, so I'll have to do my best to recreate my visit via the power of poor graphics and voiceover. So first off was the descent. There was this like Amdram sort of a guy dressed up as a jester trying to greet us and sort of like intimidate us. I was like, nah bro, get out my face. I'm not having none of that. We then went on to the Conspirators Walk, which I can't really remember much about, but it did kind of annoy me. The Guy Fawkes thing really did my head in. I didn't like this actor at all. He was all like, you know, posh and all that sort of stuff. And I was like, nah man, I'm working class, you dig? Next up they wanted the torture chamber. They wanted to pull one of us out of the audience. I was like, nah man, you touch me, I sue. I will sue. Pest House was next. Don't remember much about this. Plague Doctor. That kind of bugged me a little, actually. This actor was kind of just got on my nerves a little bit. But then we went on to the Curse of the Witch, and this was kind of like an exorcism type thing, and it was actually pretty cool. I dug this one. Then we went on to Mrs. Lovett's Pie Shop. She did my Sweeney Todd in. You get what I'm saying? Like that little reference I did just there. Then we went on to like Sweeney Todd or whatever, or like Dark Room, like pretended like people trying to slit your throat and all that sort of stuff. You know, it was kind of cool. Meter Square, I don't really remember too much about, but then we went into the Whitechapel Labyrinth, and it was like, you know, okay, there's clearly a build up to Jack the Ripper. Then we got to the next room, which was Jack the Ripper, which again, it was pretty cool. It was kind of, you know, another one where it was like, you know, just like scary and stuff. Then we went on to the courtroom. I didn't like this one at all. Down with the system and all that sort of stuff. Didn't like this guy. Then there was supposed to be a drop ride, which we didn't get. Then lastly, we moved into the tavern, which again was actually pretty cool. It's kind of almost like a ghost type vibe in there. It was like, yeah, it was pretty good. But then we were straight out there, and I was actually kind of glad that we did in the end, because, you know, all this sort of Amdram stuff, it's not for me, man, you dig?
Okay, so let's just try and find somewhere to, at least I've got a bit of a decent actual view here. So I just went to the London Dungeon. Unfortunately, you couldn't actually film in there, which is a real pain in the ass. I can understand why when you went through, because it was all very dramatic and all very actory and all that sort of stuff, but it was fun. It was a lot of fun, but at the same time it just went on. And I couldn't wait to get it. I didn't enjoy it at all, to be honest. Actually, it's bollocks. But I'm sure some people would really enjoy it. But it's really annoying because, like I said, I couldn't film the damn thing. So that was like a third of the video gone. But anyway, last one I've got now is the aquarium. I'm going to pop in there and see if it's worth going to.
Entering the aquarium felt like crossing into a whole new world. A world full of exotic and alien creatures. But then I realised...
just a bunch of fish, innit? Just a bunch of fish. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Now we're going into the real bit now. We're going in the real money bit stuff.
So you wouldn't do anything like swimming?
No. Anything that is dangerous for my life.
But you get on a plane, eh?
Yeah, because I have to. If I didn't have to, I wouldn't. I hate flying.
That being said, there were some genuinely majestic creatures in here, and it would be crass of me to not display their majesty. Enjoy now this montage of imagery entwined with ambient music, which also saves me from having to write out any more voiceover. Upon leaving the watery depths, I was confused to find a chamber of pod people. Perhaps a glimpse into all our futures.
That's the future for you. That'll be all of us soon. Oh, bored. Oh, glad to get out of there. I really am a miserable bastard. I'm not sure I'm the best person to do this stuff. I just wanted to get out as soon as I got in there, really, to be honest. Right, I'll catch you up on my thoughts afterwards, but it's just occurred to me that if I run now, I can actually catch the Pizza Hut buffet deal. Talking a bit, yeah? Oh yeah. Food coma. I had so much food. 11 slices of pizza, 2 salad bowls, 2 refills of ice cream, and 2 Pepsi Max. Shouldn't have done it. What have I done? So there we go. That was me doing the tourist thing for a day. I'm a bit gutted with that London dungeon thing. More so that I couldn't film anything in there, because that's pretty much what I paid for, to be honest. I didn't really pay for any of this to experience it myself. I did it for you. That's the kind of caring person I am. This channel's not even monetized yet, and look what I'm doing. It's just too good. Too good to you. Ironically enough, the one that I was not looking forward to the most, Maddame Tusauds, was actually the most enjoyable. It started off boring as hell, but once we got past all the actual celebrity bullshit, it was actually a pretty good... That was the one that was probably worth the most money, I thought. Although, having said that, do you know what it was, right? All 3 of the ones that I went to, by the end of it, I was just like going, oh, come on, just get it over with. Which, in a way, kind of does signal that it is good value for money, because there was too much of it. You know what I mean? The London Dungeon one, it was just... I think what bugged me about that one was... because it was all acted out. You were kind of... You had to stick to the programme, you know what I mean? You just had to follow them around and wait for all the acting to be done. Some of it was good, some of it was bad. I'm sure most people would enjoy it. It was very well done, but I was just like, oh God, come on. It's like 90 minutes or something like that, which is good value for money, I know, which is the point of the thing, but I just get bored. I'm a miserable shit. The aquarium was just fish. That was easily the least value. Really, I should have found out the actual individual values for them. I think that one was about 27 quid or something, but part of me feels like I should do more now for the, you know, because it's supposed to be a day as a tourist, but I've only done, well, I've gone to 3 things, but you've only seen 2. I just can't be bothered. Quite a nice ceiling, that. Done a good job on that. Certainly better than the hotel I stayed in last night. If you haven't seen that one, check out that video. Staying in shit hotels. Well, if this is the end of the video, then so be it, and it's done, isn't it? Another corker Another rip-roarer of a video. Still got day tomorrow as well. Just a boring guy doing interesting stuff.